I don't know what it was brought you to Primm, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans. Town's gone to hell. Johnson Nash is my name. Husband to Ruby Nash. Lived in Primm going on 8 years now, thick and thin. I'm a trader primarily, for what it's worth with things like they are. I also run the local Mojave Express outpost. Well, I don't got any work right now, sorry to say. That job had strange written all over it, but we couldn't turn down the caps. That cowboy robot had us hire 6 couriers. Each was carrying something a little different. Pair of dice, chess piece, that kind of stuff. Last word I have from the office, it looked like payment had been received for the other 5 jobs. Guess it was just your chip that didn't make it. First deadbeat we hired to do the job canceled. Hope a storm from the divide skins him alive. Well, that's where you came in. Yeah, I got this look when he saw you next down on the courier list. His expression turned right around. Asked me if your name was for real. I said, sure as like a rain, you were still kicking. Then he turned down the job, just like that. I asked if he was sure it was good money. No, let Courier 6 carry the package. That's what he said. Like the Mojave'd sort you out or something. Then he just up and walked out. No idea. Sounds like you two had a history for him to act like that. And turn down the money, too. Hope he didn't see any trouble in that package of yours. Maybe he thought your name was bad luck. Not for me to say. Well, now that you mention it, a few nights back, one of the townies was out scavenging for supplies. He said he saw a fellow with a daisy suit come through with some of them Great Con misfits. They was talking about a chip. Well, for that, your best bet is going to be talking to Deputy Beagle. Since they came to town, he was keeping a good bit of notes on them, and he was slinking around Bison Steve when your pretty boy friend came through. He may have heard where they were going. I guess I don't have anywhere better to be. Right now, Beagle is the closest Primm's got to any organized law, but he's still stuck up in Bison Steve. First thing I'd say is get his sorry butt out of there. Another satisfied traveler. Well, I'll answer what I can. Sure do. I run the courier office out of my shop. Leastways I did before things went to hell around here. Ask away. Let's see. Been tough around here for a good while now. Worse since them thugs kidnapped our deputy. It started with the breakout from the prison up the road. First there was just a few thugs rolling through town, but then they got organized. Now they call themselves powder gangsters or something, and run around throwing dynamite and shooting people. Little while ago, a good chunk of them left whatever kind of organization they got up there to squeeze all the food and drink out of us they could. Ask away. That's where we are. This here little casino brought some cash and bodies into the town before them powder gangsters came in. Now, they can't rush us without eating a good bit of hot lead, but we are in a kind of box canyon. Guess this is a fitting place for that as any. I reckon that if they thought hard enough about it, they'd realize they got more bodies than we have bullets. But for now, we're safe enough in here. Ask away. It's an old hotel and casino here in town. Old Laura used to rent out rooms there, but she took off months ago. Across the way from the Vicky and Vance, the other old casino. Can't miss it. Ask away. I guess I don't have anywhere better to be. Beagle had some notes he was taking while he was eavesdropping around the Potter gangsters. He'll be your best source of information on that subject. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Don't go getting yourself shot.
Okay, it was a long talk with him. I would better save. Okay. So we need to find a deputy. And you see, it looks like this robot Victor, which we talked to, is the one that hired us to deliver a pattern chip.
Hey there.
Let's see if there are some
Howdy.
other named characters like Ruby Ash.
Hello there. What brings you to Primm? I'm Ruby Nash. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My husband and I are Primm long-timers. He fancies himself a trader, and I know my way around a kitchen. My specialty is a rad scorpion venom casserole. It's more appetizing than it sounds. The venom has a sharp, smoky flavor, and it numbs your mouth so fierce you'll forget you ever had a tongue. It's perfectly safe, long as you don't have sores in your mouth for the venom to find your blood, 'cause that'll kill you dead. My mother taught me never to say something unless it was nice, so I don't have nothing to say about Primm, for the time being at least. It's a sad state of affairs. Discuss it with Mr. Nash if you care to. Just makes me want to cry. Goodbye.
It was faster, for instance.
Hey there.
Anyone else who wants to talk?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Hey there.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum. Primm Slim at your service. Authentic cowpoke and official spokespot of the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum. Yeehaw! Where have you been, partner? Hiding under a rock? Vicky and Vance were this nation's fourth or maybe fifth most infamous celebrity outlaw couple ever. That's who they was. Primm Slim here can tell you the whole story, if you can spare a minute to hear the tale. Yahoo! I ain't had a chance to tell their tale in a mess of years. First things first, any bosh you've heard about Vicky and Vance being copycats ain't nothing but ill-tempered slander. Fact is, they begun their crime spree 2 days before Bonnie and Clyde robbed their first bank. So who was copying who? Now, true, Vicky and Vance didn't exactly cut a wide swath of murder and bank robbery across the central U.S. like Bonnie and Clyde did. It was more like a narrow swath of shoplifting, check cashing fraud, and gas pump drive-offs. But crime is crime. They drove reckless, too. Having lived by the gun, well, Vance owned one anyway, it was only fitting that the duo of desperados would die by the gun. Perhaps it was fate itself that accidentally drove them into a crossfire between police and a gang of bank robbers in Plano, Texas. Or maybe they just didn't notice until it was too late. It's been said that Vicky would have tried to cash a bad check in that bank, had she lived. We'll never know for sure. All we know is that the crossfire tore the car and both occupants to pieces, and the police issued an official apology. You can put your eyes on the genuine death car just over yonder, and there's Vance's machine gun in the case next to it. Primm is a thriving resort community located in Clark County, Nevada, right along Interstate 15. Whether you can't wait till Vegas to try your luck, or want to hit one last jackpot before you leave Nevada, Primm's your place. The town's premier attraction is the world-famous Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum, so you came to the right place, partner. The Bison Steve is one of Primm's less impressive casino hotels. I'd steer clear of that place, partner, if I were you. Rumor is the dealers over there cheap, and that rickety roller coaster is liable to fall down any day because it wasn't built to code. Why, this is the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum, Primm's premier tourist attraction and resort destination. Yeehaw! Happy trails, partner.
It's always fun to talk with robots. I apologize, but I need to check some data in the quest area, so I may be not talking for a couple of minutes. Okay, as I said, we need to help local deputy to get rid of the scum that fills the streets of this beautiful city. It's a sarcasm. And as far as I see, it's located across the street. So let's try our luck.
Like that? You like that?
No, I don't like that, and I eventually will find a way to get closer to you guys. I'm not a hacker, as you see it. I think we can try Wets next fight and see if it helps.
You like that?
No luck. Nothing interesting so far. Everything ruined or just has no value for me. No journals. Yeah, that's for the sake of exploration. Everything is empty. Ridiculous. How can it be? But let's proceed. I think there are more enemies here. No way. You can sometimes find bottle caps even in weird places like garbage cans. What's that bottle cap? I wonder. No, I'm not. Let's wait for now. I think we can find some more enemies even on here. Let's go back. Oh shit, it's a dynamite. I think he's there, but he doesn't go out. So let's try try to lure him. No more enemies here.
You like that?
You are no match for me. Well, it was a good fight. I managed to kill, it was, I think, 4 opponents. Oh, it's a deputy. I will come to him later. Actually, I thought that this fight is predetermined and I will be killed because you saw his machine gun, or it's better to say Gatling. It was a flamer, not a Gatling. So I may be lucky that he didn't put me on flame. Okay, let's return to the deputy. Potentially he will help us to find other. I'm particularly interested in the the man in a checkered suit.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my fingers, but my hands are numb. Why, yes I am. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'd be most appreciative if you'd set me free. I must say it's been the low point of my career in law enforcement. The powder gangers stole into town at night and murdered my sister and her husband, the sheriff, in bed while I was sleeping in the office. I watched them for a bit, waiting for the right moment to pounce and arrest the lot of them, taking careful notes as I watched. To my dismay, they found me while I waited in the shadows and brought me here. Indeed I do, good sir, and I would be thrilled to share that information with you as soon as I am released from captivity. Oh, that's just marvelous. I think I'll be making my way outside now. The air's a little close in here. Then I'll defer to your superior appraisal of character and prowess in contests of arms, and see you outside.
I don't think that he'll be able to help us. Okay, so we need to check upper level because we skipped this door. Other than that, I think we're clear with this building. Creepy film. Oh, a lot of enemies. I see him. Them, I mean.
Who's there? Have it. You like that? Come on. Come on. Had enough? You like that? I'm out of here.
I'm getting neck of it. Okay, so we have some more bodies to take a look. Okay, let's change our attire. Does it look good? It's a trooper helmet. For now, I think it's better than Desperado cap. A lot of junk here. And no surprises for those who take time to look at the books. At least one journal would be good to see them. They drink a lot of whiskey, as you see. Well, they drank. Now they don't, because they're dead. So much garbage. And really nothing, except for a couple of bottle caps. But we are wasting more money, more time, then we get more money. Well, that's interesting. We have door to Primm here. A skeleton. Poor guy died just here. I think he was shot in the head. Or a ransom note. I will take a look there and tell you what happened. Oh my. We have a laser weapon. So if I was oriented for energy weapons, I would be very, very excited. But I'm not, because I have my magic item. I could lockpick something. Such a gruesome sighting. Just a drug addict. Well, it looks like I've explored everything on this level, so I would not recommend going here, because you know, except for laser weapon, there's really nothing to get. Oh, an enemy. Maybe throwing spear can help me. Well, that was cool. Well, I think there is an enemy, and I will need to take a jump. You know why I'm speaking about it with such confidence? Because I already tried to perform it and I failed. But not this time. Well, I have no more throwing spears, sad to say. But I spent some skill points on explosives. I know it's a very wide definition of melee character, but well, you see by yourself that there are um, uh, too much ranged enemies, and they took half of my health with the ease. So eventually, I need something to drive them off while I'm hiding somewhere. It will be dynamite. I'm looking for 2 bodies which dropped from the height when I killed them with a throwing spear. Nothing was there on him. And I need to find a second one. I was very efficient in throwing spears, and they got straight to their heads. I think it should be somewhere here. You won't believe it, but boss didn't have anything on them. Anything of value, I mean, for me. So let's find this detective. He said that he will be outside, but looks like he's inside. Here is this deputy.
Howdy.
Let's talk with him. We rescued him in any case, so he needs something to tell us about our vengeance to the guy in checkered suit.
Well, that was quite an adventure. We taught those convicts a thing or two, didn't we? Breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Not to diminish your role in it, of course, but it was quite thrilling. Problem is, there's still no law in Primm. What are we to do the next time ruffians menace us and hold us hostage? Ah, yes. My memory is much clearer now that I'm free from my bondage. I was performing recon, gathering information on some of the powder gangers, when some great cons arrived with your friend in the suit. They were talking about some delivery they took from a courier. I assume that was you? They said they'd be heading through Nipton to Novak to meet a contact there. Well, a deputy isn't much good without a sheriff. So I figured I'd come in here and protect these good people until someone finds us a new one. Maybe next time you can bring a new sheriff back with you. Any luck finding a suitable candidate for our next sheriff? I do thank you so kindly for your efforts.
move along, please.
Such funny question. Okay. Let's